So that's a dangerous trend that I see a lot in the fitness industry and most importantly in the self-improvement industry, right? So any area where people preach health or people preach fitness, there's always this dangerous and toxic trend that I see people jumping onto because they feel like that is the best way forward. It's just the normal advice that people give. Can you guess what that is? It's a diet. Okay, now when it comes to your diet, when it comes to what you put in your mouth, what you eat, what you consume, it's absolutely very important. 100% it is. But the way to a healthy diet, the way to a diet that sustains your life, right, preserves life for you and keeps you in the best optimal shape possible, is not by being on a diet. Now let me explain why. You probably know this from first-hand experience, whether it's through your pornography addiction, your video game addiction, your social media addiction, whatever it may be. The more that you try to resist something, the more that your impulses and your urges are heightened towards that thing that you're trying to resist. Does that make sense? So let me take a little hydration break because I'm about to get into some fucking secret, low-key, underground game right here. So just pay attention. BPA-free bottle as well. Check that out, bro. Bad man. So listen, if you're overweight, for example, and you say, oh, you know, I'm going to get really healthy this year. It's nearly 2024. I'm going to get really healthy. I'm going to go on a diet. And what this diet entails is I'm not allowed to eat any junk food. I'm not allowed to eat any sugary foods. I'm not allowed to even eat carbs. And they cut out all of these things while they try to lose weight. Now, there's two problems with this. Number one is the fact that what I just mentioned before, they're resisting the junk food. They're telling themselves, I'm not allowed it. I can't have the junk food. I can't have the donut. I can't have the Domino's pizza. Because if I want to be healthy, if I want to lose the weight, I can't eat that stuff, right? So they're restricting something completely out of their life and they're telling themselves, I'm not allowed to do it. Now, the problem with this is we are very curious creatures as human beings, right? We want what we can't have. And also we crave free will. Anything that takes away our free will, our choice of freedom, we don't like that. It's very weird. It's a very weird feeling if you take away someone's free will and you tell them you're not allowed to do something. So with that in mind, if you're going on a diet right now, if you're trying to cut something out of your life, whether it is some sort of food, whether it is pornography, social media, best thing you can do is not restrict yourself from it. Don't take away your freedom of choice. This is the first step. Give yourself that freedom of choice. Give yourself a choice between eating the junk food and eating an apple. Give yourself a choice between watching pornography and not watching it. Give yourself that free will. Don't tell yourself, I'm not allowed to do this, I'm not allowed to do that. If you're trying to quit social media, don't tell yourself, oh, I've got to delete Instagram, I'm never allowed to use it again. Give yourself the choice, the freedom, but then simply choose not to do those things. So instead of going on this diet, second point I want to make as well is that when you do go on some sort of diet, when you do go on some sort of movement or some sort of thing that's different to your normal lifestyle, you get it into your head that it's temporary. So you're basically telling yourself, well, this is not going to be forever. I'm going on a diet. So inevitably at some point you're going to revert back to your old way of living. You understand? It's the same with the guys that are, I'm going on no-fap. Oh, I failed at 30 days and then I relapsed again. Do you know why these guys keep relapsing? It's because they're telling themselves they're going on something else. Rather than just making that habit part of their normal lifestyle, they're jumping from one lifestyle to a completely different one, which is uncomfortable, unfamiliar, uncertain. They don't really know where it's going to lead them. And naturally, the human mind craves comfort, so they're just going to dip back into what they were doing before. Same with the diet. I'm going to teach you exactly the perfect layout for a diet that you could have in terms of your health, in terms of your muscle mass, and in terms of your body fat percentage, all of it, right? In just a second. I want to make this very, very clear though. If you are overweight, if you're trying to implement some sort of healthy diet into your routine and you're trying to eliminate some sort of unhealthy foods, the best way you can do that is by, number one, giving yourself freedom of choice. You can choose what you want to eat. If you want to go and eat the donuts, you have the choice to do that. You're not telling yourself, I'm not allowed to. Forget all of that. Give yourself the choice, but then simply choose to do the right thing, which is eat healthy, right? Secondly, is don't make it a lifestyle. Don't make it some sort of trend that you jump on. Make it a lifestyle. That's what I mean. So what I like to do is, instead of saying to myself, okay, I'm going to go on this, carnivore diet or something like that. Instead of saying that, I'm just going to say, in this moment right now, I am the kind of guy that only eats meat, for example. That's not what I do. I have a nice, well-rounded diet. But let's just use it as an example, right? That's how I tell myself. Same with pornography. It's not that, oh, I'm going on nofap, yay! I just don't watch pornography. It's as simple as that. I've made it me. I've made it who I am rather than something that I'm doing. Does that make sense? Because then it sticks with you. Then it's you. It's a lot easier to sustain it and a lot easier to just make it a part of who you are than if you say, oh, I'm going to go and try this 30-day nofap streak. Hopefully I can stop touching myself. Like, it doesn't work. You're going to inevitably just go back to what you were doing before. You understand? That's part one. Now, another little hydration break. Bro, it's winter. My mouth gets dry as fuck giving you all these facts. You're welcome. I'm going to tell you the perfect diet you can use if you want to build an attractive / aesthetic physique. Because what I see a lot of guys doing is they bulk, right? And when they bulk, I'm bulking, bro, bulking, eating all day, non-stop from morning till the moment they go to sleep, they're eating. They're constantly full, constantly bloated. Being bloated is not a normal state of you as a human being. It's not supposed to be what you operate on. Oh, I'm just bloated all the time because I'm bulking, bro. When does that end? Do you know what I mean? So the guys that bulk, the guys that are on a bulk don't have attractive physiques, okay? And also the guys that don't manage their diet correctly also don't have attractive physique. They're too skinny. They don't have any muscle mass. So there's a fine point, an equilibrium that you need to find. I'm going to teach you how to find that. So first, fasting in the morning and while you sleep. That is highly advised. I'm not going to tell you what to do, of course. You can do whatever you want, but if you want an attractive physique, one that actually looks like you work out, because again, some of these guys that are bulking, some of these bodybuilder guys, they're big physically, but you can't see the muscle. It's just fat. It's just big sausage arms. You can't actually see the fact that oh yeah, he works out, he just looks big. And you don't want to be like that. You want to be attractive. You want to be defined. You want to be able to see the muscles. When you tense, you can see where the triceps connect. You can see where the back. Do you know what I mean? That's what you want. That's attractive. If it's not what you want, fair enough. But you're going to learn something about health today, which you probably didn't realize before. This is some underground shit, so pay attention, right? You must fast in the morning. Do not have breakfast. Stop with this breakfast thing. It's a man-made construct. You do not need it. You were not supposed to. Humans are not supposed to be operating with this amount of abundance of food in their life all day, every day. It's not normal. It's not supposed to be how you operate. Hence why everyone's overweight. Hence why everyone has diseases or infections or inflammation or other gut problems, acne. All of this kind of stuff is caused by the shit that you're putting into your body all day, every day. Because I'm bulking. And that's why you're spotty. So fast in the morning until around maybe the afternoon time, late afternoon time, I would recommend. The reason for this is plenty of reasons. First of all, it's healthier for you. You're not just bombarding yourself with food all day and then your body's spending energy digesting the food. It's much healthier. You feel lighter. You feel much better in terms of the way you move. You can just operate and move around the world a lot better and a lot more efficiently rather than feeling sluggish and tired. You're also more motivated because if you tell yourself, I'm not allowed to eat any food until I've done my morning work tasks or until I've done this, and this, until I've been to the gym, until I've done these tasks, then you're going to be motivated to get shit done rather than sitting around feeling, well, I'll just do it tomorrow because I've already had my pasta and now I'm full up with carbs and I feel like just lazing around and going to sleep. You're much more motivated. So that's another great reason for it. But also, fasting in general is just the cure to pretty much everything. It is so amazing. Go and really, really research it. Research what it does to your fucking skin cells, your actual body cells. Research what it does to your bad and good cells. Research how it gives you more stem cells to protect yourself from cancer and things like that. Research all of this shit. Reduces inflammation, improves your gut health, improves your skin, gets rid of acne. Next level shit. And not only that, but it's just good for you. Increases human growth hormone, HGH, which is good for muscle building. Good for you growing taller. It's good for you reaching your genetic potential. All by just not eating food all day. And the reason for that is because you have to understand your body cannot, it only has a limited amount of energy per day, right? And if you're eating, your body has to then digest the food, okay? So if your body is spending all its energy all day just digesting the food, it has no time to heal. So you can't fight off diseases, infections, inflammation, that kind of stuff. And skin problems such as a spot. A spot is your sign. It is a sign that your skin's healing itself. So it can't do that if it's digesting food. Hence why, these are bulking, they get acne. Secondly, so we spoke about how, it heals you. But it also increases human growth hormone, because if you think when you break down your muscle fibers, that's literally what you're doing, you're breaking them down. In order for your body to then repair those muscle fibers and come back stronger and then over time bigger, it has to heal. And again, your body can't heal itself if it's spending its energy digesting food. So the breakdown of the perfect diet is as follows. Fast in the morning, do not eat any food until later on in the afternoon. This is only for, I'd say, 18 plus, because if you're under 18, you're still in your kind of little growth spurt. You still want to make sure you're getting all the protein that you can. I mean, you can still do this if you're under 18, but it's just a lot harder to get your calories in if you're doing this. You can still put on a lot of weight and a lot of muscle by doing this. You can put muscle on in a calorie deficit as well, as long as you're getting sufficient amount of protein. You don't need to be fucking 10k calorie. You just learn, educate yourself, truly scientifically educate yourself. Don't just watch YouTubers, don't just watch influencers because they're big. Well, he must be right. Please educate yourself scientifically on how your body responds to things, and then implement it into your lifestyle as you see fit. So fast until late afternoon. In the late afternoon, you give yourself a window of eating time, maybe 1 to 3 hours, I'd say is a good little balance for you to pick. In that 1 to 3 hour period, you eat as much as you want. You could eat as much as you want until you are like full, if you really wanted to. I don't recommend that because you're going to feel sick for the rest of the evening. It's just not nice to walk around with a full belly, but just get enough protein in, get enough fish, meat, that kind of shit, right? Chicken, veg, fruit, healthy things, a lot of protein, a lot of minerals, a lot of vitamins. Get all of that in, okay? Especially vegetables as well. Make sure you have some vegetables with your chicken and rice, because some of you guys are chicken and rice, I'm bulking. You've got no veg there. You got no vitamins in your system. This is why your skin's shit. This is why your vision's terrible. That's why you can't see when you go outside. You know what I mean? Like, eat properly, proper good foods. Make sure if you're eating meat, it's grass-fed. It's not, the factory, chemically, genetically what's the word I'm looking for? Modded, genetically modified. There it is. Just proper educate yourself on this kind of stuff. And when you are eating, eat clean. And then in the evening, you want to make sure you are fasting, or you at least cut off your food 2 hours before you go to sleep. At least 2 hours, right? Because then, like I said, this gives your body time to digest the food. So then by the time you actually get into your bed and you sleep, your body can do what it needs to do, what sleep is intended for, which is healing, rejuvenating, resting. Again, this is why you guys, excuse me, I've just had my eating window, you should probably tell. This is why you guys might wake up in the morning and you're, I've had 8 hours of sleep, I had 10 hours of sleep, and I still feel tired. Why is that? Probably one of the biggest, there's a lot for it, but probably one of the biggest reasons is because you are not allowing your body to actually rejuvenate and rest while it's asleep, because you're digesting food. So stop eating food before you go to sleep. Another good one, don't eat food before bed. At least give a 2 hour window before you do that. And in terms of your bad foods, this is a very important one. Like I said before about the diet thing, a fat guy that's trying to lose weight thinks that if he eats a donut, that's it. He's failed. I'm going to be fat forever. Oh, I've ruined it. Let me tell you why it's not the case. Listen up. So you can out-train your bad food. And the way that you do this, because again, if you're restricting yourself from all of life's enjoyments and you can't, I guess, control yourself to a level where, oh, I want a donut, you know what, I'm going to go eat a donut. It's nice to eat a donut every now and then, for example, or a Domino's pizza, or drink some alcohol, whatever it may be. It's fun. Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe it is, but it's fun to do these things every now and then, right? But you don't want to live the rest of your life because you're scared of being overweight. You don't want to live the rest of your life never indulging in these kind of things, never enjoying degenerate foods, for example, never enjoying just sitting there and eating I do it all the time, bro. It's fun. It's fun. You don't want to live your life being a monk and just not, maybe you do. If that's the case, good for you. But if you don't, if you want to enjoy the vast majority and the vast experiences that life has to offer, eating a donut is one of them. I like eating donuts, bro. They're nice as fuck. But here's the catch. You don't just eat the donut because you feel like it, because that's how you end up overweight. Because your dopamine receptors, etc. I'm not going to go into that in this video, but if you're constantly craving dopamine and you get it in the source of junk food, or you get it in the source of some sort of instant gratification, it becomes addictive, which is why you're addicted to porn, which is why you're addicted to fucking social media and junk food, is because you are getting it from an instant source. Just type in Pornhub and boom, dopamine. Eat the donut because you feel like it, boom, dopamine. The way that you do this instead, 2 ways, is you either completely deprive yourself of that thing for a set period of time, and you get your dopamine via positive actions, so cold showers, exercise, that kind of thing. This is a very hardcore and extreme way of doing it. I've done it myself. It's good to do that, but it means you just never ever eat any junk food ever again. You never indulge in anything that is instant gratification ever again. This is what we call monk mode. You can do that, but I highly recommend you don't live like that. You just tap into it. Secondly, this is the most healthy way of doing things in terms of your diet, is you earn your instant gratification. You earn your pleasure. Pleasure is not supposed to be just given to you for nothing. You're supposed to work for your pleasure. There's supposed to be a prerequisite to unlock that pleasure. Okay? Now, what I like to do, for example, if I feel like eating a donut, or I feel like having a takeaway with my girlfriend and wasting time watching Netflix, because that's essentially what it is. It's just entertainment. I'm not gaining anything from it. Maybe a bit of video inspiration here and there, but really isn't the most productive way I could spend my time. So if I want to do these kind of things, go on a night out and drink loads of booze, these are fun every now and then, and these are my vices that I enjoy every now and then, but I have to work for it. And the way that I do that is by simply doing a positive, productive action first, and then unlocking that pleasure. So I'll talk about the exercise side of things before I wrap this video up, because it's been a long one so far, but I hope you can at least take something from it. If I want a donut, I tell myself I have to do 100 push-ups first. So I get 100 push-ups in, and then I'll go and buy a donut and go and eat some donuts. If I want to have a night out of drinking, right, partying, whatever, on the weekend, then I'll tell myself in the weekday, I've got to be absolutely on it. I've got to be fasted. I've got to be eating nothing but clean foods. I've got to be pretty much in monk mode, very little dopamine stimulus in terms of like negative dopamine, very little negative dopamine. And, I've just got to train very, very fucking hard. Lots of cardio, lots of resistance training, lots of, heart training, cardiovascular training, so my heart and health, my lungs are healthy. And then when I do finally go and indulge in that pleasure, whether it be alcohol, donuts, social media, whatever it may be, every now and then I like just scrolling down Instagram, looking at memes. It's fun, makes me laugh, but it's not productive. It's a complete waste of time, and it's just loserish, right? So I have to unlock it. I'm not going to restrict myself the pleasures and the, I guess you could say, joys of life in some areas. I'm not going to restrict myself that and say I'm never allowed to do it because it's bad for me. Because you could find a million different ways that every single thing in your life can be bad for you to some extent. You can find a million different ways. So you don't want to live like an extremist. You want to live healthy. Balance, that's the key. Yin and yang, it's literally a law. I can't speak, bro. A law of the universe, right? So earn your pleasures. Next time you want to sit and just scroll down TikTok, earn it. Tell yourself you got to do 16 hours of work first. Go to the gym. Record some videos. Do some coaching calls. Work on your video course that you're promoting. Spend time doing something productive first. Go to the gym. Train very, very hard till complete failure. Really, really push your body today. And then, you know what the best part about it is? Rather than, I feel like eating the donut, so I'm going to eat the donut. Now I've had a donut and I've got a fucking stomach full of sugar. It's done nothing for me. I had a quick temporary boost of dopamine and pleasure when I ate the donut. Now it's gone. Seconds later, it's gone. Rather that, instead, if you do it this way, instead if you earn the donut, and you see the donut in the store, I really want a donut. I'm going to go home, I'm going to do 100 push-ups first, then I'm going to come back and buy some donuts. That, you'll appreciate it, and it'll taste much better if you do it that way, rather than if I just feel like it, so go on then. You earn it, it's going to taste much better, you're going to get a higher level of dopamine hit when you actually do indulge in it, which means it's going to be more enjoyable for you, and it stops the act of addiction coming into play. I feel like it, so just, come on then, just keep eating. It stops that. You stop getting it. How do you think I stay in shape all the time? I've never been out of shape my entire life, other than when I was skinnier when I was younger. That's it. Because I make sure that every single bad thing that I put into my body, I've either earned it prior, or I simply just work it off the next day. So booze makes me feel really sluggish, makes me feel really bloated, makes me feel like, my skin shit. It's just poison, pure poison, but it's fun. So what I'm doing, plenty of cardio, make sure my lungs, make sure my overall health, blood flow is healthy. And then when I drink, it's not as bad. I can actually truly enjoy it, knowing that when I'm indulging in that poison, I've worked for it. And you can do the same thing. That's the healthiest way of going about it. So now let's talk about exercise before we wrap up. Just quickly want to touch on the most optimal ways you can exercise to lower your body fat and increase muscle mass, no matter what your body type is, whether you're the kind of guy that can gain fat quite easily, whether you're, you know, the kind of guy that finds it hard to put weight on like myself. This is going to be the cure for you. First video of the day, bro. I'm stuttering like mad. You know, you have to kind of get into a bit of a flow. It's the same with anything in life. You got to get yourself into that flow. You got to be fully laser focused on a task when you are doing it, and kind of plays into what I'm about to talk about. When you work out. Don't be on your phone in between sets unless it's work related, unless it's really, really necessary. Don't be thinking about other things. Oh, what should I have for dinner today? As you're doing your back, yeah, that girl didn't text me back. I wonder what. Like, bro, when you work out, focus your mind. That's what we call mind-muscle connection. You have the capability of making your body respond to your thoughts. So if I just sit here right now and I vividly imagine myself in a stressful competition kind of environment, let's say like a gladiator fight, and I put myself in that arena and I'm genuinely imagining with vividly, I can smell everything, I activate all my senses, and I imagine myself in that fight, my testosterone's gonna temporarily spike. And I might feel a bit of fear, I might feel a slight mild sense of fight or flight. Even though I'm just sat on my fucking broken gaming chair, I can make my body respond physically to whatever I want it to, just with my own mind. Now that's step one. When you're in the gym, be in the gym, be present in the gym. Don't be thinking about a million different things. When you're doing the bicep curl, imagine it. Focus on the fucking muscle fibers being teared down. Feel it. Feel the burn as you're letting the weight drop slowly like that. Feel the burn and put your mind on it. Same when you're running. You're breathing in. Feel the heart being stressed positively. Feel the lungs opening up. Really put yourself in there. Connect your mind to the muscle that you're stressing at the time. Guarantee you're going to make a lot more progress. Now, obviously, you have to have cardio. There's no doubt about that. There's no debate. To earn bulking, so cardio kills gains. Stop being fucking ignorant. Please educate yourself. Do cardio. You have to. Whether that's sparring, swimming, running, cycling, whatever it may be. Do some sort of zone 2 cardio every single day of your life. There's no such thing as rest days. You rest when you're asleep. Forget about all the rest day bullshit. I'm putting you guys on some next level game. Next level. So cardio every day. Zone 2 cardio is where you are doing it at a pace where you can just about hold a conversation. If you went any faster or any more intense, you wouldn't be able to hold the conversation anymore. That's the level that you want to do your cardio at. So if I'm running at a speed where I can just about hold a conversation with you and we're running together. I can just about, if I go any faster, I have to breathe. I can't talk anymore. That's the level that you want to go at. Just that line, that perfect line. So do that every single day. Cardio, essential for your health, for your overall attractiveness, for your body, for your mental health, for everything. Just do cardio. For your fucking sexual health, just get it done. Resistance training. Now, the cardio will take care of, and obviously the diet side of things will take care of your body fat. You will not worry about body fat if you're doing cardio every single day, and I mean intense cardio. You're training very, very hard. You're not being lazy. You're not being a bitch about it. And you're also monitoring your diet, not being on a diet, but you're just paying attention to it. You're not being stupid. You're not eating just because you feel like it. You're working for your food. You're fasting every single day in the morning and before you go to sleep. And every now and then do a 24 or 48 hour fast, just fully no food in your belly at all. Guarantee you'll actually put more weight on in terms of your muscle mass and you'll lose body fat. Perfect way of doing it. So all of the fat side of things is covered. You will not be fat ever again if you follow that protocol. I promise you right now, it's a guarantee from me to you. I will never be fat in my entire life ever. No matter how much booze I drink, no matter how much I fucking eat shitty takeaway, I'll never be fat, ever. I'll always have a six-pack, right? Now, muscle building wise, this is something that's taken me a very long time to learn because I was one of those hard gainers, if you will. The best way that you can train to put muscle on is by focusing mainly on time under tension. So what I see a lot of guys doing is they do deadlifts or they do bench press or they do squats. They do these compound lifts. This is great and you can still build a lot of muscle by doing these. However, it's primarily strength focused. It's a strength focused exercise. You're doing deadlifts, you're just getting strong. You're getting strong as fuck. That's why you see these skinny guys who are lifting mad weight, but they're skinny. Because it's not about how much weight I hit a new PR today. That doesn't matter. That's for strength. If you're training to get stronger, fair enough. Focus on PRs, focus on increasing the weight. Strength training, that's how you do it, right? You up the weight gradually over time. That's naturally how you build strength. You'll build a little bit of muscle, but it's not optimal for hypertrophy. If your main goal is to just get bigger, to put muscle mass on, to get a nice, massive, well-defined chest, if that's your goal, then you must focus on time under tension. It doesn't matter how much weight you use. You could be using body weight. You could be doing push-ups in your room. You could be doing fucking 1 kg dumbbells. If you do it enough and you focus enough on time under tension, you will gain muscle. Let me explain how. So if I'm doing a bicep curl, nice and simple, right? Move back for you so you can see. If I'm doing a bicep curl, the main focus, what I see guys doing is using momentum. That's number one. I like this, swinging the whole body just to get the weight up because they think that that's what's important. As long as I get the weight up and I get 8 reps, doesn't matter about your reps, stop counting reps. Stop counting reps. Every single set you do, you should do it to either near failure, to the point where you're like 2 or 3 reps short of failure, or complete utter failure. Every single set. Okay? So the way that we do that is by slowing everything down. Rather than going really, really fast and just trying to get the reps in. Again, you'll still build muscle doing that, but it's going to take you a lot longer. It's not optimal. It's going to take you a lot fucking longer. You're going to get very minimal gains per session. So the best way to do it, every single set that you do. So let's say if you were just, for the sake of the argument, doing 8 reps per set. For those 8 reps, you want to make sure that the time under tension is for 40 to 80 seconds per set. So this is one set, right? Most people are just like this. And then they do 8 reps in like a minute or some shit, maybe less than that. You want to make sure, that was way over exact. They do 8 reps in about fucking 20 seconds. Bam, 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 bam. They're just done. You want to slow it down as much as you possibly can. So if I'm doing a bicep curl, if I start off fully extended, again, none of this, the form doesn't necessarily matter as much. It's just about the stress that you're putting on the muscle fibers. I could just do this. I could just do that over and over again. Not even going fully down. But as long as I'm stressing the muscle and I'm holding the muscle under tension enough, it will gain, it will grow. So let me just, fucking broken chair. This is the most scuffed YouTube video ever, but you're going to learn, this is what I'm saying, you can learn some absolute game. You're not going to see this on anyone else's channel. Pull the bicep all the way up, slow as possible, because again, you're trying to reach that 40 to 80 second time under tension limit. So you got to keep your muscles stressed for 40 to 80 seconds per set. So this is 1 rep, slow, all the way at the top, squeeze at the top, right? Feel the muscle squeeze. And on the way down, this is the most important part, resisting against gravity. On the way down, you slow it down. You almost just hold it sometimes, keep it there. Slow it down, hold it again, keep it there. And tense the muscle while you're doing it, okay? And also while you're doing it, focus your mind on it. All of these things combined, you're going to be fucking massive soon, trust me. All the way down. At the bottom, maybe don't even go all the way down, because that's kind of a useless part of the exercise. You're just dropping it at that point. Go about that, and then bam, back up again. But you want to slow it down as much as you possibly can. Look at the clock when you're doing it, and see the little second timer ticking round. Wait until about 40 seconds, and then you can put the weight down, rest for a second, bam, into your next set. Do that. Watch how different your workouts feel. It's going to be a lot more challenging for you. It's going to be a lot more difficult, but this is what's required in terms of actually forcing your muscles to grow bigger. You're not putting enough stress on your muscles, so they have no reason to grow. Oh, I'm training every day. I'm doing 8 reps. I've got 110, whatever, on deadlift. Doesn't matter, mate. Your muscles aren't stressed enough. Why would they have a reason to grow? You're not increasing yourself with enough testosterone. It doesn't need it. You're just doing the bare minimum because you're lazy. And because you saw some guy on the internet say, do 8 reps. So you're just doing 8 reps and you think that's going to work because he's on steroids. And, oh, he looks big, so he must be right. Please pay attention to whose content you're consuming, okay? And educate yourself correctly. Even me right now, don't just listen to me just because I'm saying it. Don't just blindly follow me. Research, educate yourself. Try it out first, see if it works for you. Guarantee it will. So that is the framework. If you implement the cardio, the fasting, the diet side of things, and you implement what I've just said about resistance training, and you do that with every exercise, even if you were doing deadlifts, you do it slow, 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 slow. Obviously, make sure you're lifting a weight that you can do that with, but you want to slow the shit down. If your goal is to build muscle, that's what you're focusing on. If your goal is to build strength, you can do it as fast as you bench press, fast as you want. Heavy weights, fast as you don't even have to do the full rep, just bam, bam, move the weight around. That's all that matters for strength. But if you want to build muscle, you slow everything down as much as you possibly can, and you put as much stress onto that muscle as possible. Chest press, same thing. I must look weird sometimes when I'm doing it, but the guys that are on game, they know this shit. Doing chest press, bam, slow. You'll feel it so much more, even in your triceps as well. Bam, squeeze at the top, hold it, slow on the way down. I only need to do like 5 reps and my chest is fucking on fire. Rather than doing all you're just wasting your time. you're getting workouts done a lot quicker in my way as well. So try it out, see if it works for you. Guarantee it will. And you'll not only be a lot bigger in terms of muscle mass, you'll be a lot less fat, which is great. You'll look more attractive. You'll get the nice cheekbones and jawline kicking in because you can see your face for once, which is great. You'll actually have a neck for once, which is also a very nice thing to have. And your diet will be improved as well. You'll have a bit of discipline in your life rather than just eating whatever you feel like it. And there you go. There's been immense level of value in this video, so please rewind it and go back if you need to. Look after yourself. The coaching's down below. If you want to learn more from me, the sexual mastery is also down below. If you want to learn how to master your sex life, go and check it out. I'll see you soon. Boom.